want to thank everybody who came today, and Mia and Alana and everybody who worked so hard to pull this together. We are a community. I think I dare to say that nobody outside our community could understand what we endure. I have been a parent, I have been a therapist, there was a book, The Agony and the Ecstasy, about Michelangelo. I've been at both, and so have you. And I am crystal clear about the hardships for every parent and the dedication for every teacher and every professional. When Seth is 31, when he was 18, we had a 3-day evaluation, a formal vocational evaluation, and the recommendation was a career in dry mopping, that he would be a janitor. And I said, he will play Nintendo his entire life. We are not doing this. And then I did what I always did, which was to keep looking and searching for different mentors, different venues, different adventures. And at 20, Seth took his first art class. And at 23, he was on the Today Show as an artist. What I would say to absolutely everybody is never give up. You have no idea what gifts lie dormant inside a person, and you have no gifts, you have no idea what gifts lie dormant inside of you. When I was a mom, I did not expect this. No mom expects this. And I have gone on a different direction than I ever dreamed of. I think in the end, for each of us, it resolves into a spiritual journey. That's how we survive it. That's how we grow. What I learned by the time I wrote this book, An Unexpected Life, what I learned by the time I wrote it is that when you take a person in a place that is considered darkness, from where there is no way out, and you bring them to a state of bliss, and you maintain them in a state of bliss every day of their life, it does more for you than it does for him. My son is autistic. He is very, very, very autistic. He's not going to pass. And I did the same for my father, who moved into my home the last 6 years of his life. Once hospice is coming daily, you know what? There's not going to exactly be a happy ending, but there's a different kind of happy ending possible. And Seth has climbed heights beyond anything I ever dreamed of. And I have climbed heights beyond anything I ever expected. So first I'm going to show you some slides. This is Seth in his first international opening in the Galapagos Islands. He's wearing a t-shirt of his art, which is how he now makes friends and meets people. This is a sea lion, but it has the eyes of our golden retriever. I know this painting. Seth can do very realistic paintings. This is an interesting one. It's a whale shark. They're about 40 feet long. And someone we met sent us the photo, and he wanted Seth to make a painting of it. They're 40 feet long, so the divers were about 2 inches tall, 2 inches long in the painting. And he sent Seth this, and Seth wrote him an email, and he said, "Jonathan Green will not dive with whale sharks. No biting the body parts." Galapagos, more golden retriever eyes. Seth, what is this painting?
2 giant tortoises.
Then we went to the Cayman Islands. Seth had a 4-month opening there in what year?
2008.
And now we pretty much winter in Little Cayman, where Seth is the artist in residence and has a huge following and fan club, and they cannot get enough of him. These are some of his larger paintings. This is an interesting painting. It was in the movie. It was about, I think, the third or fourth painting Seth ever did in his life. He just was born knowing how to paint, but we never saw it. We never saw a single painting. He never did a rainbow. He never did a stick figure. He never did a tree, never did a Thanksgiving turkey. When he was 20, he did his first painting, and this is about the third or fourth.
Seth and the Self-Starting Number One.
If you buy his book, there are 136 paintings with his artist statements. That's the only thing Seth writes. He doesn't really talk or write, except for the artist statements, which go on and on and on, usually with the colors of different foods. We have a new friend who wrote to us and said, "Seth, I can taste your paintings."
The two blue-footed boobies.
This is octopus. This Seth is the triumph of OCD. There are 8 tentacles, and to put the little suckers on 2 tentacles took 1 day, 8 hours each. So it's 4 hours a tentacle just for the pink little suckers. And he has just wonderful human eyes, sleepy eyes. It's just a joy.
The blues, the spotted eagle ray.
Seth has over 700 paintings, and he knows the name of each one. He names them. Just details. Seth does very large paintings.
8 fancy griffins flying over the rainforest. The Costa Rican K-Tol and the Costa Rican scarlet macaw.
These are all the people who brought us to Cayman. A woman in St. Louis devised, she's an art teacher for middle school. She devised a 4-day curriculum for normal, neurotypical middle school kids using the art of Seth Chwast. She will share her program with any organization that wants it. Cayman wanted it, and they taught 10 teachers an hour, 30 teachers a morning, and the whole island was doing art in the style of Seth Chwast. This is the team that made that possible. When we travel in Galapagos and Cayman, Seth was on public television, and he was in the newspapers a lot. We were sort of it for information for the special ed teachers. Teachers would come up to us and say, "I'm not a special ed teacher, I'm a teacher, and I have 4 autistic kids, and I have no idea what to do." And we would give seminars and do whatever we could. Then we went to Curacao, and there too we met with all the schools, we met with the teachers, we met with the parents. That's another one of Seth's t-shirts from his exhibition at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History.
The Seth abstracting it with Christmas tree and a roller coaster.
One of our favorites. Seth paints very, very thick. Some of his paintings, the oil is like a hard-boiled egg. It sticks out so far. Seth and his very happy dolphins. All of Seth's paintings are happy. I think his essence is happy. These iguanas, another triumph of OCD. There are huge paintings the size of the red horse that he did in 11 hours. This was 250 hours. Every single scale was done individually. This is Seth and Rocket Man. I think this is where Seth discovered string theory. He was very upset that Jupiter was no longer, was it Pluto? Pluto was no longer a planet. He went nuts and he put it in and called it a planet. Seth's art, we didn't go, but his art went to Kiev, to the Museum of Modern Art of the Ukraine in Kiev. Those are his two portraits on the wall, and they were highly successful. People loved them. This is Seth's Opus. It is 11 feet high and 26 feet wide, and it is a painting of Manhattan floating. It's 104 small paintings, and it's it's Manhattan as Seth thinks it should be. There are whales, there are dolphins in the East River. The turtle is the size of the financial district. There are many roller coasters and 4 different Ferris wheels. This is what it looks like installed. This took 2 years and about 20 years of my life. It was an amazing project. I do everything I can to let Seth do what he can do. And what he can do is spectacular, but you have to believe in him and support him as we do for every single person. This is Seth at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History. He had 2 exhibitions there, one on Darwin and one on mythic creatures. This is his mythic creature mural. They built a wall in order to exhibit it. Here he is with a mentor in front of it, just so you get an idea of the scale of it. These are more mythic creatures. Seth sculpts, paints. Can you believe that creature can get off the ground? It's so heavy, but it has real big wings. I think Seth's paintings are full of joy. Seth, what's the name of this one?
2 Fancy Griffins in the Valentine's Day Sky.
Isn't that terrific? Valentine's Day Sky. Then Seth won a competition. The United Nations had a worldwide competition in 2011 for art to be on a postal stamp, and he came in #1 in the world. Yay! So this is him at the exhibition afterwards. And we got an award. Seth got the award. This was incredible. If I ever wanted to save something on my answering machine, I asked when we were going. That's a picture of the stamp. And I got a call back. The Secretary General has not given us his calendar yet. I thought, oh my God. And when I got there, everybody there was His Excellency this, His Excellency that. That's at the United Nations with the Wrights, Bob and Suzanne Wright. And this is Gordon Clapp. I don't know if any of you did NYPD Blues. He was everyone's favorite detective who was in love with the ditzy blonde. And he fell in love with Seth. I'm just going to flip through some of the one of the fashion people from the Plain Dealer wanted to do models in front of Seth. I'm going to just flip through some paintings, and I want to tell you, it's been an incredible journey. Seth, I worked very hard, And my father had said, there was this famous actor, Phil Silvers. He said Phil Silvers worked 17 years to be an overnight success. And that's what all of us do. That's what each and every one of us do. We work and work and work, and then suddenly it seems like we're a success. Seth started with speech and language and music therapy before he was 2, and he is still doing it now. There is nothing easy about this battle. There is nothing easy. The things that happen can still break my heart, and the accomplishments are amazing. The changes have been primarily in me. I tried to bring Seth into my world. I wanted him, of course, to go to Harvard and be a doctor. You know, I'm a mom. What else would I want? But instead, I learned to go into his world. This is the triumph of OCD again. This is a painting, a drawing that's about 4 feet by 5 feet, all done with little hatch marks. You know, I would go insane in about 10 minutes. Want to see that turtle again? You like that turtle? We have 4 floors of his art. We have about 700 paintings up. And things keep changing. Now we're getting into art museums for the first time. And we're in Kiev, we were in Kiev. There's a possibility we're going to go to France. There's a possibility he'll have an exhibition there. And we're going to North Dakota. They said, will you come? I said, no. I said, it's Fargo. I said, well, it's my favorite movie. Of course I'll come. So we're going to Fargo, and we're going to see the sacred white buffalo, White Cloud. And Seth's been doing nothing but paintings of White Cloud, the albino buffalo. Seth's been on the cover of medical textbooks. And it's been a privilege for us. It's been a real privilege for us to have so many people in the world embrace us. This is the big bang for Cleveland, Chamberfest Cleveland. Seth is their artist. We love to pair with nonprofits. This is an Autism Speaks event, mainly important because he met Miss New York. Okay, and that's the man who owns Toys R Us. There's Michael Simon. This, of course, is all in front of one of Seth's paintings. And it's been a privilege. This is quite a few times now that we've been here at Milestone. We feel very connected and close to Milestone, very grateful for everything they do in the community. I would say to everybody what I always say, never give up. I would say congratulate yourself for all the hard work you've done and for what a difficult journey it's been, and pay attention to all the ways that you've transformed and that you're a better person now than you were when you started. And that's what I'd like to say. There are cards on the table. If you email Seth, he will be in an ecstasy. And if you friend him, he will be in an ecstasy. And if you ask for his newsletters, then you can see pictures of him painting in Curacao and Cayman and wherever else he goes now. So thank you so much for coming, and I wish every one of you the best, best, best of lives and luck. Yes.
What prompted, what was the situation when for Seth to pick up his first paintbrush?
The first paintbrush, the reason he picked it up was, the question was, what was the situation that made Seth pick up a paintbrush? And then afterwards, we need time. People wanted to buy books, to sign books, and we have to get you out on time to go to the bathroom and get to the next place. But I will tell you that every summer, I looked for things that Seth had never done before. just looking for anything. You have no idea what it's going to be. By the time we hit this, we had done gift wrapping, cake decorating, codes. He was very good at codes with the CIA want him. That was our best bet. We did ice skating. We did horseback riding. We did everything. You know the Winnie Pooh, the Pooh book about tigers and what do tigers eat for breakfast, and nobody knows what they eat, and then he says, oh, this is it. We searched for what this tigger would eat from the time he was 2 on, and at 20 we hit it. So that was it. We just never gave up.
Was it at home?
No, we sent him to an art class the same time we were sending him to ballroom dancing classes. You saw him ballroom dancing. We did interpretive dance that year. I did everything I could think of. I followed every lead for 20 years till we hit the art. And I know everyone out there is doing the same. I know you're trying very hard. So thank you so much. And if you want Seth to sign, we'll be right over there. Thank you.
Congratulations.